Welcome everybody. My name is Kevin Brett. I'm a board member with Cradle of Hope, and I am here with Stevie Monce. So Stevie is a country music singer based out of Nashville originally, and we were able to talk to him a little bit about Cradle of Hope over the last week or so. And Stevie was gracious enough with his time to want to jump onto a call, talk a little bit about his story, and then we're going to get into a little bit of his music a little bit later. So Stevie, thanks for joining us. How you doing today?
Good, good. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. So just to start off, if you can kind of tell people about a little bit about your background, about your music, just kind of general life story.
Yeah, general life story stuff. So I grew up with a single mom, with a brother and a sister, and myself in the house. And long story short, ended up getting my first cash under the table job when I was 13, busting tables. Kind of help out around the house, help pay the bills, and because I mean, it was clear how tough it was. My mom was working three jobs, going to school, taking care of three kids, that whole thing, and somehow she was still an involved mother. And I still to this day I don't have any kids, and I don't know that I could even take care of one. It's, so I grew up seeing how tough it was, but also how possible it is with a little bit of help and a little bit of just just time management, really. and
Yeah.
But I mean, I saw firsthand that it is possible. It's just really tough, and
Hmm.
if she had a little bit of help back then, I think it would have made life even better. Um, but I moved to Nashville when I was about 18 years old, playing bass for a band, and that didn't work out because I wanted to write the songs. I didn't think we had good songs, um, and they didn't like that I wanted to write the songs, so they fired me, which was great. I traded in my bass equipment for an acoustic guitar and started writing songs. Put out my first record in 2004, I believe, and now I'm on my fourth studio record and been touring ever since. And so here
That's
we are.
awesome. There you go. So you touched on it absolutely. I think it was great getting to know you a little bit over the last week and seeing how quickly, you jumped on the opportunity to help us out and to talk to us. You certainly mentioned it a little bit growing up with a single mom, but if you could talk a little bit about just, what was it that gripped you when you learned about this organization? What was it that made you so excited or willing even to work with us?
Well, the first thing, like when I went on the website, you know, as I already mentioned, a little bit of help can go a long way,
Mhm.
especially in that situation. And I think so many times people think it's completely hopeless if they if there's an accidental pregnancy or something like that. They just kind of a lot of times if they don't know about that there is help out there, then it does seem impossible in certain situations. And it seems, I think a lot of people have a misconception in their head that, oh, well, I can't do this by myself, so it's probably I don't want to give a baby a bad life, and
Mhm.
that doesn't have to be the only option, so to answer your question, when I got on the page, I immediately saw options for people in certain situations, and I was like, oh my gosh, like people need to know there's another option out there. Because honestly, if you think it's hopeless and you think you're doing the right thing by making another decision not to carry on a pregnancy or something like that, then I mean, are you really to blame if you have no clue that, and in your mind you think you're doing the right thing? So I think if the information gets out there that there is help and there is another option, then I just think it's an incredible thing, and I think there's a big need for it, and just to give hope and options to people that think there are none is, I mean, that's life's mission, right? I mean, there should
Yeah,
be.
that's awesome. That's great. Well, like I said, we absolutely thank you for jumping at the opportunity to kind of work with us. It's not often we get to talk to musicians here, so just to kind of learn a little bit more about your music career here. You want to share let's say, what's one of your favorite on stage memories that you've had playing music?
Well, actually, I was playing actually at Cowboy Jack's last um, New Year's Eve, and in the downtown location in Minneapolis. and it was the last song, and Beloved Theft was about to come on, and I just stopped singing, and the whole crowd was just singing the whole. And I mean, the place was it was packed on the floor, and it was packed on the sides and stuff. And I'm like, can't fit another person in there. This was before COVID time, but the whole place was just singing as loud as I could, and I just stopped, and I was just like, wow, this is what you do it for, you know. It's fun. Any moment like that. I mean, not one tops the other, but anytime it happens, it makes you stop in your tracks and be very thankful for the position.
That's awesome. Now, for those people who are watching from around Minneapolis, it is currently raining and the temperature is plummeting. You seem to be somewhere that is much nicer than that right now.
Well, yeah, it is. It is. It's. I think it's 83 right now, and yeah. I mean, it's partly cloudy today though, so you know it's bad.
You're making me feel terrible about this. So are you performing right now? I know that obviously down in Florida, you've got some options that are available. Are you on the road? Can people see you if they are in remote locations? What's the best way to find out more about you?
Yeah, I mean, if anybody's down here in the Panhandle of Florida, obviously I'm not touring a lot right now because of the current situation in our country, but I'm playing about 15 to 20 gigs a month down here on the beach, and just keeping my music stuff going, and just waiting to see what happens with this COVID stuff. But yeah, if you're in the Panhandle of Florida, come see me. And if not, then I'm always posting stuff on Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff.
That's perfect. And we will be making the links available to your website and I think the Spotify link for the direct artist page in the description of our event. So if people do want to learn more about you or hear your music, they should just go ahead and take a look in the description or in the details there, click the links, and we'll get right to it. Now, we were going to have you play a song for us in true rock star fashion. You had an incident with the acoustic guitar on stage. We're not going to hold it against you. But what we are going to do is a little bit later in the broadcast, we're going to go ahead and play what is, a very special and personal song, I think, which is Every Word You Didn't Say. Before we get to that, before we kind of turn it over to the rest of the presentation, can you talk a little bit about that song, the meaning of it to you, and how you wrote it?
Yeah, so I was talking with Wyatt Durrett, who's another songwriter. He wrote like Toes and a couple of Luke Combs songs that are out right now, and he's written a lot of Chicken Fried and all that. I mean, a lot of big songs. And so we were just talking songwriting stuff, and I said, man, he got to talking about his dad, and I said, man, I got this song that I wanted to write that I said my dad didn't really teach me much. I said, but I had such a great example with my mom that she kind of taught me everything he didn't say. And he goes, dude, we have to write that song. And then we got with Jonathan Singleton, who's one of my songwriting idols, and we got in a room. We brought the idea to him, and he loved it. He thought, man, this is pretty cool. If we like basically start listing things that you would want a father figure to say, and then kind of turn around at the end saying, you know, I guess you taught me in your own way every word you didn't say. And so it's basically about, and for me personally, it is about the lack of a relationship with my father, but I still grew up trying to be the best man I could be, and that was all due to the great example I had from my mother. So, yeah.
That's great. That's amazing. Well, thank you, like I said, for jumping on the call with us. Thanks for letting us play the song. It obviously has a great and connection with the mission of Cradle of Hope, and like you said, that ability to provide options, that ability to provide support, even to young or single mothers in need, is a huge part of I think what made that connection so strong between us here. So.
I love what you guys are doing, man. I appreciate what you guys are doing, and I appreciate letting me be a part of it. And I do have to give one shout out to Brody the Roadie back here. She's always chilling with me, so.
Every musician needs a good companion. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much, like I said, for joining, and we'll turn it back to the broadcast now.
Thank y'all. Great luck with your event tonight. Thank you.